You guys ready? All right, so welcome to this edition of the Alliance Podcast. We have a great agent spotlight here. We have actually two agents here, fantastic, successful agents from the Brazillionaires agency and Five Rings Financial. We have Felipe and Beatriz Novaes.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome to Atlanta. It's just as hot here as where you're from, but we have lots more humidity. So great. Yep. I'm sure you guys are used to the heat that we have up here.
I think you never get used to it.
No, you never get used to it. That's what people try to tell you. You get used to the humidity. You don't get used to it.
No, you don't.
You just learn to sweat more.
You just survive.
You guys have been absolutely just unbelievable. The past 2 years, you came literally out of nowhere because you haven't been with Five Rings Financial for 2 full years yet, have you?
Nope. A year and a half.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And you, Beatriz, you actually set a record at Five Rings Financial. Tell me more about that record.
So I think the record was black jacket in 3 months.
Black jacket in 3 months.
And the youngest black jacket.
For those of you who aren't familiar with the jacket system they have at Five Rings Financial, what does one have to do to earn a black jacket?
You have to do 156,000 personal. It's like production, right, in a year.
156,000. She did it in 3 months, which was a record at Five Rings Financial. And I think it was right about that time that Felipe, her husband, decided this was something he was interested in.
Yeah.
Thought it was about, the right time to join.
Yeah.
When we saw the production, he
Once
came.
you became black jacket, I was like, oh no, it fits me. I like black, so it's time to join the.
Absolutely. So let's actually back up a little bit from that moment and tell me about how you guys met. You guys are your high school sweethearts, right?
Yes. So we met in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, we both moved here from Brazil. We didn't know each other, obviously, but we moved here from Brazil the same month, December 2007. Mm-hmm. I moved here 2007, 8, whatever. 8. Yeah, December 2008. I moved here December 31st. She moved here somewhat earlier in December. We met in high school. Yeah. I did 6 months of high school, and then I graduated because I already had credits from Brazil. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I graduated, she texted me saying, "Oh, I miss you in class." And I was like, "That's all I need. That's all I need."
That does not mean that I didn't do the first move, okay? I didn't. Yeah, that's not the story. Truth.
I was like, that's all I need.
What is your story? What is your side of the story?
Tell them.
So I got to school. I didn't speak very much English, right? I was 14. And then we have this big test, so you can pass. I don't know if you have the same test here.
Florida's
probably
called
not.
FCAT. Here it's probably
it's like the
G
big, big test that you have to pass.
It's like an SAT.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like an SAT in Florida. And then there's a math one, and there's the English one. I passed the English one, but you know me, I'm not good with numbers, right? He's the numbers guy. So then we were friends. And he literally gave me all the answers to pass on my AFCAT.
It's official. The crime is
on
record now.
So that was it. And then we became friends. And
so now you're going to lose your high school diploma on that, but it's all good. You don't need it, And
then he graduated, and you texted him begging for a date.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was all. And from there on, it's history.
Yeah, we've been together for 12 years and a half. Crazy.
And married for how long?
7 years.
Wow. Congratulations, guys! And you're building, your partnership. Obviously, you have a beautiful marriage you built. You're building a heck of a business, and you've done it in such a short amount of time, which is something that as an outsider watching, has been unbelievable. You guys are like this shooting star that's just lighting up the sky. What is the secret to your success? You guys are building so quickly. You were producing a lot, and this year you've been really focusing on building your team.
Yes.
How are you guys building a team so quickly? What do you think is the reason for your success?
So we were actually talking about this today with Rickson and Bianca, and I really believe, even though I wasn't building with Bia from the beginning, but I think the secret was that we didn't wait until we became blue jacket or black jacket to start building. Mm-hmm. Since day one, Bia started building, and she started recruiting friends, and that energy, that momentum. So when she got to black jacket in 3 months, there were already people
had a team
that were licensed, producing. So, because it's hard when you're, I don't know, you've been doing this for a year or two, and then you become black jacket. You're used to making money, right?
Right.
The commissions keep on coming in. But when you shift your focus from producing personal until building a team, those commissions slow down a little bit.
Yep.
Right? So then people struggle because people have the tendency to think
have
that
to sell to make
and
money.
they want everything immediately. And there's not much. We can invite someone to come join Five Rings, but we can't make them study. We can't make them get the test. We can help them each step, but that's one of the things that I think was key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, the energy. It's just how, like, you know, like the vibration that you put out, how you are, and the positivity, and bringing that to the team. People seeing you, like, you know, passionate about what you do, and they just want to do what you do, right?
They want to be a part of it.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Exactly.
So literally.
Yeah, so back up a little bit from that for a second, because first you did have that year where Felipe wasn't there yet, and you did do amazing personal production. To get that black jacket in a couple of months. You know, we've been kind of talking about how you built a team and how, you know, the energy stuff, but how did you do that much personal production? Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
How did you do that much personal production in like 3 months?
Honestly,
is this just talking to friends? Or?
Yeah, not being afraid, putting yourself out there. I had no options. Like, literally, I didn't like my job. I was miserable. And I need to change my life. This is it. I found an opportunity, and if I'll give 100%, I'm not going to try. I'm going to do it.
Right.
And see if it happens. If it happens, that's it. If not, I'm going to go to the next opportunity, because I know I'm going to find something else, right? So I think it's a mentality, is you starting something with 100%, not only trying.
Don't try, do it.
Do it.
I
think
that's
it.
a big difference.
And believing, I believed, and you know, we'll talk about that later, but you know, my story, my background, and I'm like, this is it. This is important. I can help people and make tons of money helping people. Amazing. I'm going to do it.
Absolutely.
So I think not being
afraid. She made that decision because once she had coffee with Bianca that turned into dinner and wine. So it was, you know, a stretch. But once she got home, she was already decided. Oh no, I'm gonna do this. This is it's an amazing opportunity. I love it. I'm really gonna do this.
I paid for the course. Whenever she recruited me, she told me about the opportunity. Right there on the table, I already paid for the course. I'm like, let me pay for the course. I'm gonna start it tomorrow.
Wow.
You know, I think it's a decision.
We're talking about Bianca Amorim from the Brazillionaires group, which is who she originally was one that invited you to come and take a look at the opportunity.
Yeah.
You were decisive, and you made up your mind right in that moment, and then you attacked it with 100% of
I think
everything.
if you think too much, or, you know, just, let me research everything first, then you're not making a decision. Just make a decision.
That was me, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When she got home, I was like, how much you're going to make? I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean? What are the hours? Oh, I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
And I'm like, what are you going to do exactly?
It's true.
Oh, I don't know. And then all she said was like, oh, we're going to go out with Friday night dinner with Rickson and Bianca, and then you can ask all the questions. And I was like, this girl's going to do something. She doesn't know what time it's going to start. It's going to end. She doesn't know how much she's going to get paid.
It's true. But I just said, that's it. Whatever. I believe it. I'm going to do it.
Enthusiasm. Yeah, it's going to tackle. So let's, you guys, what were you doing at this time? So you had a job that you mentioned that you hated. Tell me more about that.
I hate it. I worked with marketing.
Awful.
Awful.
I'm sure you guys hate it.
Horrible.
I have my degree.
Get me out of here.
Worst job of my life.
Right.
No, actually.
Marketing with was it an accounting firm? Am I remember?
Yeah, it was a firm called Alliance Group.
No. Cut that.
Just kidding. That's the best job in the world.
Yes, it is. It really is.
No, I actually have my degree in marketing, business marketing, and I'm like, I'm going to do it. So I did social media marketing. And that was boring, because it was like I had like my own business. I had few little companies that I posted every day, whatever, took product pictures, and that's it. But I didn't make any money.
Right.
You know, and before that, I worked in accounting, and that was absolutely hell for me.
That was a job she
That's
really
what it was.
That was hell.
That's what I was thinking.
Because I'm not a numbers person. Like, I hate Excel spreadsheets.
I literally said that this morning. I was like, I think she used to work at an accounting firm. And Lee was like, she just said on stage she was terrible with numbers. I was like, maybe that's why she hated it.
Yes, that's exactly why. But I'm like, whatever, I gotta work, right? Gotta make some money.
Yeah,
absolutely. And what were you doing?
I was running my family business. So my mom has a cosmetics company for 12 years. We have overseas in the Middle East and in Brazil, and I was running the U.S. and overseas operation.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was hard to take him out of there. Just kidding.
Right. Yeah, it's my passion. It's makeup.
Yeah. No. Hair products.
Hair products. Sorry.
I'm not gonna say the name. You know, bad advertising.
Some people can see him. I know some of you are just listening. He's bald.
Yeah, exactly.
By the time, okay. So you guys were both, in different opportunities, and all of a sudden here, less than 2 years later, you find yourselves on this ridiculous trajectory.
Change our lives.
It's been unbelievable. What is it about Five Rings and the Brazillionaires group that that makes them different? Your group is very different, and you guys are absolutely exploding.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I always say this. I think is a culture of
Yeah,
Five Rings that
that's
comes
true.
from Mike. Like if you ever been out with Mike, talked to Mike, he's like the most caring, loving person that I
Yeah.
ever met. So
absolutely.
it comes down from him to Gustavo, Rickson,
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
when it
it's
got to
leadership.
Bia, she just exploded with the energy, extra energy, you know.
And I think that we have a system, and
Yes.
it's easy to just plug, just follow the model. You know what I mean? Like we have a system. Like if I'm trying to build someone, I'm literally just gonna take that person to the trainings, and there's a fast track. How can you start? There's a training for you want to make 20K a month. Gustavo has a training on that. Plug the person into the system.
Yeah.
It's like there's an app
Yeah.
with everything. It's like so easy. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just do it. So it's.
And then
I
we
think
have the
that's-
support from you guys with all the videos
Yeah.
and all the,
Yeah.
the academy and stuff. It is.
That's
you
the
so much.
first thing on the list.
Yeah, right.
But
That's
it
what it
is.
is.
We always say that like it would be
It's
impossible
true.
for Bia to do blackjack in 3 months without all the work that was done prior.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
From Gustavo translating everything to Portuguese.
All the
That's so true.
videos, the
Everything
living
that was
benefits
done in
videos. That
Portuguese with videos.
my God, yeah.
Yeah, so you guys, that's actually something that I had in here as well, is something that I have noticed when I was trying to guess at how is this group exploding. The thing I've noticed is leadership. You have not just leaders, you have, obviously you have Rickson and Bianca, who brought you in, but above them you've got Gustavo Marina, above them you've got Mike Wilk. You guys have layers upon layers of these like legendary leaders, and you have somebody to mold yourself after.
Exactly.
For the people that you're bringing in, which I think is where really the magic of y'all's group.
Yeah.
That's why it's exploding the way
Yeah,
it is.
and I think also we found a niche that not that nobody was there, but we just did it right, which is the millennials. Let's talk about that because everyone in our team, everyone's younger.
Yes.
Right? We go to meetings and we're like the youngest people in
Dude,
the room.
that is the defining characteristic of especially your group.
Yeah.
Is I don't know
If you
how
see
to say this,
millennials,
but
they're probably in our team.
yeah. Well, I mean, you don't see people walking around looking like you guys and as young as you guys with the energy.
You look good.
Yeah, you can say we're
You guys
pretty.
are a very young,
Sorry, but most
attractive.
of you don't look good, probably. They have
And
done this
old.
for longer than us. Yeah, but one of the things
Because when
that
you
we
think about
heard-
insurance business, that's what you right?
Yeah,
Like
you think of
older.
the old white dude,
Exactly.
with his cheap suit and a tie, right?
yeah, and I
you
think
guys
that's something
bring
that
this- yeah.
we're changing the face, right? Like
That's
it's
one of our
young
goals.
people. That's one of our goals. Millennials, like all of our leaders are under 35.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's like the thing I've always said about you guys. You're making life insurance cool somehow. Somehow. It's
But
always,
it is cool.
Yeah,
Come on.
It is. There you go. Just say it enough times and people will believe
Life
it.
insurance might not be cool, but living benefits.
Yes, with
Let me
living
tell you about that.
So talk to me about boat day really quickly. This is something that I want to like. That is, I don't know this for a fact, but I've been on a boat day and I was like, this is how they're recruiting people. You literally just invite a bunch of young people out. Hey, come hang out
Yeah.
with us. This is what it's like to
That's
be one
it.
of us.
Like this is the lifestyle.
So tell us about it.
So that is, we have a boat membership, and that was actually their idea. After Bianca and Rickson recruited us, they were like, "Oh, let's go out for lunch one day in a boat," and then we did that. And as soon as we joined Five Rings stuff, we decided the first boat day that we had was like girls only.
Because I only had girls in my team.
So
because
is
it
it-
was only me. So
Yeah, it was
I
a
recruited
disaster.
Invited
girls, right?
Right.
It was a disaster. A bunch of girls, and we had 2 boats for them, and they just went
was a
out. Disaster. But
I recruited all of them.
That was the entire team, about like 20 people, 20
Yeah.
to 25 people max, and then that was how it started. And every few months we did. Last year we had you guys over and for the boat day,
Yeah.
And we live
That's
in Florida.
and now
so-
that the team's so big, it's like a recognition type of thing. Like, oh, okay, so our VPs or people that are producing this much, you can come on the boat day. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like it's something, oh my God, I want a boat day.
Right,
And
exactly.
it's like for us, it's like it's a membership.
And then you also kind of invite people that you're
Yes,
that
of
you're
course.
inviting into the group, right? So this
Yeah.
is what we do. We work hard.
come
we play hard. Right.
Just stay with us, talk to us, network, and that's it. For sure, they're gonna be signed up at the end of the day.
All right, that's amazing. So let's actually talk. You did refer to this. Living benefits is kind of what we do at Alliance Group. It's what we do at Five Rings. It's what we do at the Brazillionaires Group. It's everything that we do. And I think it's really important. If you're going to be successful in this industry, you have to have passion about it, and you have to have a reason. Yes, it's all fun, the boat days, and working hard, playing hard, that whole thing. But living benefits obviously is our shared passion. You have a very personal story about living benefits with your dad, who I got to meet the other day, and I was so excited to do so. I think we're going to do a living benefits testimonial with him a little bit later. But so tell us a little bit about that background and how you were able to marry your passion with this awesome new.
So when my family and I, we moved to the States, I was 14. My dad just came here because it was his dream, security, better life for the quality of life for the family. He had money. He was like a millionaire in Brazil.
Yeah, he was
reais, which is the currency in Brazil, not dollars.
Right. But he was basically he worked. If I remember this correctly, he provided technology to all the banks.
Exactly.
In Brazil, right?
Some banks, some like huge companies, like HP. You know HP.
Yeah,
HP in Brazil. He literally had a contract with that company. Wow. So he was a big deal. He had like jets and airplanes here. Like he came here. He went into this business. Whatever. So when he was 42, he had a heart attack. And my mom never worked because she didn't have to.
Right.
Like she just raised us and, helped out in the house, whatever.
Homemaker, right.
Yeah. And then when he had a heart attack, it was like he had 3 surgeries. I don't know. For me, it's very traumatic to talk about it because I don't remember. It's crazy how the brain works.
Yeah.
Whenever you go through something traumatic, you forget it. But he was there and he remembers. That's why he told the story. So you can keep telling the story now.
Back up. Yeah, so he had at 42 heart surgery, and 2 months later he had to go back, had another heart surgery, and even with the second heart surgery, his heart wasn't working as it should, right? So it was at 40% capacity. So this guy that had multiple companies in Brazil, at that point he recently just closed his company in Brazil, had sold it, and he had opened in aviation business here in the U.S. That's where he had jets and planes and stuff. So he had a very high cost, right? And he couldn't work for literally, we saw him laying in his bed for 2 years straight. He couldn't get out of the bed. It was this two-story house. He wouldn't go downstairs.
Gosh.
We had to go up and talk to him, bring him food and everything. And at that point, Bia became the mom for her 2 younger sisters, and Bia's mom, all she could do was become a nurse. So she was taking care of him and doing, but, it's like we said, at the academy, the money runs out. No matter how much money you have, he didn't have any money coming in. He only had money coming out.
Yeah, he was a millionaire. And
he was a millionaire.
He didn't have any financial education, no retirement planning whatsoever,
he
nothing.
Had plenty of money saved up, right? But when something like that happens and your money's running out, you got to sell that house. You got to sell that apartment. And he started selling his real estate, which was the only thing that he had invested.
It's expensive to get sick here in this country.
Oh, yeah.
And then what happened with him was that because he would, throughout those 2 years, he would always have pains. So he was living in pain, and then he wanted always to go get medical advice. Why am I feeling pain? So getting his heart back to where it was. Even when his heart was back at 100%, he was still feeling chest pains. Yeah. So the doctors couldn't understand, and he's spending money to go to the best doctors to find out because he couldn't go back to work. He would go to work for 1 week, and then like on a Thursday, he started on Monday. Thursday, he's like, oh no, I'm gonna go into the ER. Yeah, because I have
Wow.
So I saw him losing everything. They don't have anything right now. Like, it's hard to say this, and I didn't want to say it all there because he was there, But they lost everything. Like, today my mom's a hairdresser, and she pays the bills in the house. Like, she never worked before. She had to, like, find a way because he's not working and no money coming in. But thank God, for me, it was a big, first of all, living benefits. What if he had living benefits? Like, what if he had money to have enough coverage to just cover everything for years? He would have
just hire somebody into the business to run it for him.
Yeah, like he would be good. He would still have all the properties, everything, that he owned. It would be like life-changing, right? But everything happens for a reason. Right. And the reason is that I'm here, right? So there's a purpose. And now, not only that, it's like I need to tell every family about this. And it doesn't matter the age. He was 42. Doesn't matter.
You have a calling.
Yeah. And then not only that, now we're training him in our team so he can rebuild, right? And he's rebuilding. He's learning something new. There's this great opportunity, and we're doing it. We can teach you how to do it, and I'm sure it's going to change my family's life.
Yeah. It's again, I think that everyone needs an origin story almost, right? Like, and this is kind of y'all's. It's amazing, and to be able to meet him at the event in Palm Beach was just awesome, and we look forward to seeing what he's able to do, and you know what you guys are able to do.
I think that's another secret. You have to find your why, your purpose, right, before anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the money is amazing, but it'll only drive you to a certain point, you know?
Yeah.
I can't imagine Mike's been doing this for 40 years.
For money.
For money, it's not.
You're not doing
It's
it for money. You're
It's
not
for
traveling
the
so
purpose.
much. You have to have a purpose, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Money's just a consequence. People used to say that. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, right. But it's true.
Yep.
Once you're making money, it's just a consequence. Focus on the people, money will come.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are so awesome. Let me ask you this real quick. Do you have a process? I mean, do you have a something that you do every morning when you wake up? Your lives are crazy. You guys are here, you're there, you're everywhere. Is there a process? Is there something that you guys do every day, like a mantra or a process you follow?
Mm-hmm.
We tried doing MSPs a few times, but
I suck at MSPs.
MSPs. What's MSP?
minimum standard performance is something that Mike's always but we realized that
I can't.
those minimums don't work with us. So, you know,
I'm not a minimum person.
yeah, that's not good with us. So we put that aside and we just put all our work. Our process would be, as you guys probably see, Bia is very energetic and she's more a people person.
Yeah.
So when it's time to recruit or helping new agents coming into the business.
That's my job.
Gotcha.
I get them passionate. That's it. It's going to change your life. Like, hype them up every day. Like, I'm in contact. This is what you do. This is how you start your course. This is what you, whatever, right? And then he's the one field training. He's the one with the product side, the numbers.
That's awesome.
More like that.
You guys complement each other perfectly.
Yeah.
Every good team, you know, that you have strengths and weaknesses, and you guys complement each other.
Yeah. But we both
realized
do everything, right?
When I started, right, Bia was like, no, you do all the part of field training and getting with clients and all that, and I'm going to do just building the team. And she missed having,
I missed
you know,
it. Because
meetings.
remember, I used to like have clients all by myself, right? I produced a lot last year. I was like top producer, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden I'm not a producer. So I'm like, what's happening?
Well, it is.
I'm not doing anything, you know?
Right.
So then now I have a few clients that like I choose to have.
Right.
And then the rest he does it. But just so I can feel that I'm still producing, you know?
Absolutely.
And that's something that we would
'Cause
say
I love it.
to anyone who's doing this business as a couple or with another partner, or sister, daughter, doesn't matter. Do it where both of you are actually, obviously,
Active.
I'm not as good as she is recruiting, but I know how to recruit.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
if I
You
get
have
into
to
a
know how to
meeting,
do
I know
everything.
how to do it.
Right.
I will recruit that
Yeah.
person. You know,
Right.
she's probably not gonna leave the meeting like, oh my God, this is gonna change my life.
Right, right.
With Bia, she would, but that's all good. I recruited her.
Yeah.
And I give her Bia's number.
Yes.
Right.
And I continue the process. I think
And I
it's-
imagine that you don't love running illustrations, but you know how to run an
Of
illustration.
course.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And that's the
Same
other
sort of
part.
thing. Just because it's your weakness, that's not an excuse to ignore that
yes,
part of your game.
that's it. I
'Cause-
think that's something that
Right.
for couples and people working together, you need to know how to do everything. It's a business, and you need to run it.
You
Absolutely.
need to know how to do illustrations is the basics of it. So how you're not going to know. Now we got to a point after following what Mike said, Gustavo Rickson, we hired a secretary. So
Yeah.
we don't really run
Do
illustrations
much.
unless it's a big client or something.
Right.
But you know, we have someone doing it. That's another thing that has been really helping us to grow our agency is that when I went to leadership, which is a 5-ring trip with all the leaders, Mike really opened up my eyes that this is actually a business that you can build, right? This is not
It's
just
a
a
lifetime.
career. You
Yeah.
can build a business. So we spend money to go on trips, right?
Right.
We're not just staying in Florida because we're from Florida. There's a bunch of Brazilians
yeah.
there. But we spend money. So next week we're going to Massachusetts. We have a team in Newark that we visit
Every
constantly
month.
every month, 2
months.
months now because of the schedule. So we're always traveling to support
I think that's another.
people.
That's wow, guys, we're giving you all the secrets.
All the secrets right here.
It's true because sometimes people are scared to invest back in their business.
Yes.
And it's like, just go and you're gonna make contacts there that maybe are gonna open, another area, another state for you, or another, I don't know, like some networking with other people, right? Get out of your comfort zone. I think that's a big thing.
Investing back in your business. That is extremely important. All right. So real quick, we're going to do a fun little segment that we have now.
Okay.
It is rapid fire questions. So I haven't done this with 2 people before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go just back and forth. Actually, you're going to go first, then you.
Ladies first.
The idea, yes, ladies first. The idea is fast, quick, rapid fire questions, okay? Don't
Let's
think
do it.
too much. Here we
Okay.
go.
Oh my God.
All right, here we go. What is your favorite drink?
Oh my God, the wine.
Coke.
Coke.
No, mine is not Coke, guys. Mine is a Brazilian drink, iced tea, similar to iced tea.
Guaraná.
Machi. No, Machi Leon.
Machi
You guys
Leon.
are not going to know what it is. But next time I come to Alliance, I expect you guys to have it. So good luck.
Dude, I'm not going to find Match Leon myself.
Good
You got to
luck.
bring that stuff to me,
I
man.
will.
All right, I will definitely try it. All right. We like tea in the South.
Okay.
All right, so morning person or night owl?
Night out.
Morning.
Ooh, see, they complement each other so well.
We're opposites, for real.
This one I think I already know. What is your favorite subject in school?
I have to
know
pick
your least
one?
favorite. No. What's your favorite? What was your favorite subject in school?
Talking. What was your favorite subject?
Being in the back of the classroom, just kidding.
That's an answer.
Mine was PE.
All right.
yeah.
Some real academics we got here.
Wow.
Now
Great students.
your least favorite subject.
Oh, math.
Yes.
English.
English. Okay. All right. Okay. Your English is great, man. I know what you mean. Though. Like
Speaking,
literature.
Yeah, like
but
literature.
tell him to write something
Grammar,
down.
you know?
Yeah.
His grammar is not the best.
What advice would you give your youngest self?
Don't give a crap about what anyone thinks about you.
Mine would be don't try it, do it.
Yeah, there you go. You said that earlier. That's kind of your mantra. I've picked up on it. You guys have a mantra. Don't try, do.
Yep.
I think there's a Star Wars line, right? Didn't Yoda say that? There is no
did?
try. There is only, right? Come on, Travis, you know this. Yeah. There is no try. There is only do, or
Doing.
something like that.
I don't know.
All right. So if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I think Italy. I love Italy.
mean,
We're
my
going
wife-
to Italy in 2 weeks.
Really?
By the way.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously.
we're going to
I love
Greece.
it. I'm going for my first time.
Greece and Italy.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, right?
You?
Boca Raton, Florida.
There you go. That a boy.
That's true. He loves Boca.
I mean, I love Boca. It's gorgeous. Every time I'm down there, I'm like, ooh, I shouldn't say this, but I'm not a hugest fan of Florida as a state. I'm a Georgia Bulldog, you know. But Boca, I'm like, I could get used to this.
It's nice, right? You get spoiled.
It's mighty pretty. Let's see here. Any phobias?
No.
No fears?
Okay.
He has fears
Insects.
of everything.
Insects? Numbers?
Insects, heights,
Oh, heights.
airplanes.
Yeah, sometimes
Face your
airplanes.
fears. She's scared of airplanes. We'll probably catch a flight once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, right? She's facing them, that's for sure. Get it out of her system. All right. What do you believe is your best non-physical feature?
I think. Oh my God.
It's your energy, right?
My energy for sure.
I
Okay,
can
thank
answer
you.
that for you.
Thanks.
Easy. Mine is probably, I don't know, staying calm, patience.
Yeah.
Patience.
See, like opposites.
Patience. Patience is a virtue
That's
for sure.
not my virtue.
Mine
Nope.
either, actually. It's a good one to have. All right, and this last one, what would you change about yourself? That's a deep question.
Oh my God, that's very deep. Okay, I'll change about myself. Oh my God, so many things. What's the first thing? It's so hard because whenever people, what do you love about yourself? You're like, oh, that's so hard. And then what would you change? So many things, but what do I
That's
say?
even a harder question, I think. Yeah. 'cause
I
it's
think I need to
personal.
think more before speaking.
That's a
Because
good one.
sometimes I'm like, oh crap, I should have said that, you know. But
What about you, Felipe?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty awesome.
he loves himself. He's
good
very
at it.
confident. Very.
I'm pretty good
I
at
think I would be
this.
less confident, less cocky.
Probably focusing. Sometimes I have a hard time when I'm multitasking. It gets tricky for a man, you know. So it's
you
hard
go.
for me sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
That was it?
Well, listen,
Well,
you
that was
guys.
great. Thank you.
been-
This is the first podcast ever.
First.
I could get used to
Your
it.
first podcast
Yeah.
ever? Oh my gosh, I'm honored. Unbelievable.
Ever.
Well, it's my first time having two guests at one time. I think you guys rocked it. You killed it. Guys, Beatriz and Felipe Novaes, absolute rising stars with the Brazillionaires group in Five Rings Financial. You are going to see them all over the leaderboards for many years to come. So get used to these two beautiful faces over here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.